Namaste. We live in a culture intoxicated by the acceleration. We are conditioned to optimize every second, run faster, accumulate more, build concrete empire. But what happens when you reach the literal apex of modern speed? Look around and realize the engine is burning your soil. Consider Axel Pons. He was a motorcycle racing royalty competing at the razor edge of physics, where a single millisecond determined your worth. He had a fame, he had a wealth, and pre-written legacy. Then he chose to become a nobody. He stopped off the machine, dropped his boots, and began walking a barefoot across a continent. Today, we decode the cosmic, psychological, and spatial geometry behind the why a human reaches a breaking point where the only way forward is it to completely empty themselves. Let's begin. In my lecture on a human behavior, we often look at the ego self, the identity constructed for us by a society, family, and the expectation. Axel Pons was born into a mold. As the son of world champion, his life was on rails. But what happened to the human psyche under the kind of pressure? It enters a hyperactive state of rajasa, restlessness, and the constant threat. For a tenth season, his brain lived on a high octane dopamine loops. Every victory was a brief relief, every loss a crisis of identity. True emotional intelligence is not about managing your stress within a toxic environment. It is the capacity to realize the environment itself is the illusion. Axel didn't experience a breakdown, he experienced a breakthrough. He looked at the multi-million-dollar racing track and realized that the fastest bike in the world cannot outrun a restless mind. His psychological shift was an act of profound maturity. He allowed the false, performing identity to die so the true self could breathe. Now, let us expand our lens to the cosmos. Axel's radical departure happened in his late 20s and bloomed in his early 30s. In the study of spiritual life cycle, this is the window of Saturn return. In Vedic astrology, a professional racing is ruled by Mars, the planet of speed, aggression, and machinery. But as Axel hit his cosmic audit, his energetic alignment shifted towards a Saturn, the aesthetic, long winded, and lower the truth, and Ketu, the force of absolute spiritual detachment. The universe demanded accounting of his soul. He could no longer sustain a Mars driven existence, so he surrendered to the slow, heavy, and grounding truth of Saturn. Let us look at the spectral physics of this shift through the Vastu Shastra. Everything is energy, and our environment detects the flow of prana, our life force. Consider the environment of rest track. It is a hyper artificial box of concrete, friction, burning fuel, and intense electromagnetic chaos. This environment violently disrupts the human energetic grid, trapping a person in a friction. By stripping away his shoes and walking directly on the raw earth, Axel was performing a literal Vastu correction on his own body. He removed the insulation, walking barefoot across a gravel, mud, and mountain passes connected him directly to the Prithvi Tattva, Earth element, and Akash Tattva, a space element. It acted as a cosmic grounding wire, draining the static electricity of a modern chaos. directly into the soil and replacing with the sattva, a pure, unadulterated peace. In traditional Zen, there is a beautiful, rigorous concept known as a Musha Shugyo, the warrior's pilgrimage. It is the act of leaving a comfort behind to test your spirit against the raw element of reality. Western society teaches us that life is about addition, adding a degrees, titles, money, and followers. But Zen is the art of subtraction. The modern path addiction is having more speed, more metrics, and more optimization. But the Zen path subtraction leads to absolutely declaration and the emptiness, insulating yourself from the world with the addition in a modern path where the Zen path teaching filling every single stone beneath your feet. Chasing a future destination is a modern path, but in Zen path, the current step is the destination. Look at the image of Axel with his feet completely black and calloused to the uninitiated. It looks dirty, but in Zen, the mud and the lotus are one. He didn't wait for the world to become a clean or a comfortable. He became a comfortable with the raw truth of the world. And now, my friends, for your prescription, why does Axel's journey matter to you? Sitting behind your skin, feeling the invisible weight of your own daily races. Because most of you are driving at 200 miles per hour down a track you didn't even choose. You are racing to meet expectation, buy things you don't need, and impress a profiles on a screen. You do not need to pack a backpack and walk to Pakistan barefoot to apply this lesson, but you do need to learn the art of radical subtraction. Here is the assignment for the next week. The Zen Professor's prescription included three main concepts. First, hit the absolute brakes. Dedicate 10 minutes every day to do absolutely nothing. No phones, no audio, no optimization, just your existence. Second, perform a Vastu grounding. Take off your shoes and footwears. Step onto the raw grass or a soil. Let your body recalibrate its polarity with the earth element. Third, drop one piece of baggage. Identify one identity, expectation, or obligation you are carrying solely for the other people and consciously drop it. Today's class is dismissed. Go slow, breathe deeply, cast your own spell of positivity today. Thank you.